Hey, radiant souls, welcome back to this space of creating and deepening receiving energies, love energies, opening of the heart, opening of the sacral chakra to receive, clearing and healing mother wounds, which basically does obstruct receiving in obstacles in financial terms, in love. And many of you who have been journeying deep may have experienced some of these in terms of over the weeks, over the months, over the years. You have been clearing a lot in terms of the core wounds related to the mothering energy. And if some of you are mothers to humans, to pets, or to the community at large that you serve, it may have gone from you, but you also carried those mothering wounds, from your ancestral line, and probably you were able to witness some of the wounds of your mothers, of your grandmothers, in the line of carrying the feminine energy. And sometimes you may have had the men figures in your family line who carried more of that nurturing, more of the mothering energy, and there could have been wounds there. So today's session is specially an activation. I prayed for this collective who is tuning in before I opened it up for recording, to not only just heal those mothering wounds, but also, yeah, that says that there is probably still clearing happening from your womb energy coming up through your throat chakra, because many times when I tap into these collective energy of healing the receiving, the mothering wounds, I have been perfectly fine, and when I tap into this energy, I experience this clearing of the throat chakra. And so some of you or many of you may resonate with that energy, or maybe I'm tapping into someone's energy in specific as you are doing the clearing. Take as it resonates for you. And today's session is a particular softening. This is a rose quartz, and it is to receive as a portal. So what I would invite the viewer for today to not come into this session with an active mind, the rational thinking mind, but to come into this session to open your heart energy, to soften yourself into a receiving mode. And it'll not be for everyone. If you feel triggered or you're not able to sit into that peaceful, softening energy, then it may or may not be your time today to receive this. So please listen to your own intuition and into your own body, into your own energies in your chakras, if this is resonating with you. But for those of you who resonate with this, I invite you, you can just listen and softly gaze into the video, and especially into the crystal and the softness of the receiving the feminine energy, and that you can tap into the divine cosmic feminine energy. Or if you have healed, and you can do both as well, if you have healed mother issues, the mothering energy, the receiving energy, the unconditional love, the ability to sit in your body, the ability to sit in the womb space, the ability to love yourself into softness, into slow pace, and creating a new, if you have been working with those energies, I invite you to connect with that and get slowly and calmly into your body and gaze softly into this crystal. I have prayed over this for the collective to receive and deepen your receiving energy. If you have been holding old energies that have obstructed you, that you are carrying wounds related to your own biological mother figures in your family, in your life, or the wounds that your mother carried from her mother or more into the generation. And this could be the wound of disempowerment, it could be the wound of victimhood, it could be the wound of jealousy, it could be the wound of any kind of separateness, anger, or wounding the masculine energy around. And that created obstruction in receiving effortless, soft blessings, love, financial abundance into your world. Today, I invite you, the viewer, to tap into this space, into this portal that opens your heart in this safe space, and only the highest love and highest light of the divine team, both yours and mine, surround us in this healing space to open your heart and to deepen this energy into your lives, bringing in new love for yourself, mind, body, and soul, love for those important people in your life, love for your purpose, love for your creativity, love for your divine, love for how you want to connect with other beings, feeling the oneness in your heart space so that you can receive more and you can give out more. Let's do 3 or maybe more deep breathing in into your heart space, and breathe out whatever feels heavy from whichever part of the body that is carrying this heaviness. And let the softness of love, let the softness of this energy radiate through you. Especially if you feel there are body parts where you want more love to reach, if you have been healing any physical issues, any physical tightness, tension, or obstruction, or you feel constrictions anywhere in your body, let the energy of love from this crystal, from the divine, reach those body parts and heal you. I wish for this collective, I pray for this collective to tap into this energy to draw more joy, more love, more beauty, and more peace, and burning away of old energies that have served their purposes to lead you to your strength, the strength of the softness of your heart, the softness of your heart that had not been broken but can open again and again and again to love, to soul love, to love with others, to love with one significant another. If that's your path, that's what you have been truly praying for or desire for, then may that come into your life. But again, I also want to put a word of caution here that as you invite this energy of receiving and deepening of love and abundance in your life, it is intended for you, the viewer. Only you have control over, whatever human control of how you want to direct your intention of receiving, only for yourself. This is not any exercise of will over another's free will. I want to put that out so that when you are tapping in, you are working with your soul integrity to draw this energy only for yourself. If you have the desire of experiencing love with others, with your family, with your community, with romantic love with others, just stay with the energy of love, but do not impose this energy on another. If you do have a particular person in mind, do not impose this on another to draw in, because they have free will, and what needs to be in your life will be attracted to you when you do work in integrity to create space for what is yours. So as you sit with this energy, I am also going to use the oracle cards as the physical world objects to bring in this energy in a more tangible form into your world. So it is going to be an extension of this prayer and ritual of love that we did, to open your heart space, to open your receiving energy, to use the deep feminine energy of creation, of fertility, of receiving the abundance that is around you, that is given to you by divine as your birthright. Okay, so I'm just going to place the cards for now in all the 4 directions. I'm going to kind of read the cards in a way that'll make sense for you. We do have the I am presence as the base energy for this. So if you cannot see the cards at this moment, it is okay, because I am surrounding the love energy. The opening of the portal is this card where we have memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, technology. That's like a moving forward energy. And we are going to draw in special energies of love, and which is love in all forms. That is your spiritual birthright, that is your human birthright, that does not encroach on the free will of others, that does not diminish you, that does not diminish others, but enhances your heart capacity to love, to receive, to share, to receive from the universe, and to give to the universe. And in that, you become a conduit of this cosmic blessing of love that surrounds you now. So I wanted to draw a particular card for today that will crystallize this love energy today. The ancient ones. So definitely there is energy of the spiritual team, and maybe your ancestors, and those ones who are blessing you, all these white light and the blue light. So, and then the void. So definitely there is an energy of shifting universes, like one cycle ending and the new in creation. So it's the void energy, is the from where everything is created and nothing can be destroyed. That's the base energy. And you have the blessing of the ancient ones surrounding you now. And definitely it's a soul tribe, soul contracts with those who are supposed to walk with you in love are surrounding you now. You also have spiritual guidance, and maybe loved ones who have passed over and are in spirit now and connecting with you. And since we did invoke the energy of the Divine Mother, the feminine, the mother healing, so maybe there is a mother figure, maybe a grandmother, maybe your mother, who may be in spirit, who's connecting with you now, or you're connecting with her or them, and they surround you with blessings of love, of receiving, of deepening the feminine energy in your bloodline. And if some of you are mothers biologically, or if you were male, if you embody that feminine energy of mothering, this is deepening for you now. You're connecting with that energy of your family line in love right now. And then I am inviting the Mother Kuan Yin, or Mother Lakshmi, the softer feminine energy, the receiving energy, the blessing energy of joy, beauty, grace, and the softness. Oasis of hope. I'm going to place her right on this crystal. And this is like the central energy for today's activation of opening the heart, the womb, the creating and creative energy, the new blessings, the love, the finances, and all other kinds of abundances in your physical world. So we get the message of oasis of hope. So if you have worked for a long time in healing wounds, you're repairing your ancestral line, and you have begun to receive your blessings. If you're just on the brink of receiving them, this is a message, this is an urge from your divine team to keep the hope. Excuse me. Oh. And if you have been struggling, or if you have found it difficult to hold patience and hope, here is your central message. So sitting on the rose quartz of love, oasis of hope. The successes that seem impossible are especially precious because they were almost unlikely to happen in your life. So that unlikelihood of that success in love, in material abundance, is what makes it very special. And these are reminders for you that the divine power of hope, of love, of that kindling of that light in your heart space has never left you. It was always there, it is here now, and it will always be there. So you are connecting with that never, the light that never extinguish, and sits at the center of your heart energy. So do not give up hope. Believe in the inevitability of your beautiful destiny that is full of love, that is full of abundance, opulence, and prosperity for you, that enriches your body, your mind, your heart, and your soul, and surrounds it in the beauty of, all kinds of colors and opulence, and the frequency of peace, frequency of beauty, frequency of joy. And in that opening of that center, energy center, you take it all in and you hold it in. What beautiful energy to get at the center of this reading. Okay, I'm going to use this oracle deck to invite in an energy which will represent a message in terms of financial abundance, and especially if you have been working towards creating stability, foundation, strong foundations in terms of housing, in terms of job, in terms of new business, how you want to show up, what you want to create, how you want to provide for your family, healing your family line, in repairing the root chakra and in your base chakra, basically how you feel stable, how you feel secure, and how you feel that you can sit still in your nervous system. So all of that results in enhanced physical abundance as you heal and become whole. And I invite the goddess mother Isis, as we deepen this womb energy, to hold, to receive more and more from the divine sources, to bring us a message for the collective today, for the viewer today, a message of financial abundance. And if there is any challenge, what will help the viewer to know, and if there is blessing, then just receive the pure blessing. So let's see what wants to come up from the divine mother Isis. Wow, rising sun. So there's no challenges, right? We also have joy, beauty, peace. So you definitely have overcome challenges to come to these points. And you also see the rising sun energy, including in this card. There is progress, there is connecting with spiritual acceleration in your physical world. And from the divine Isis mother, we receive the energy of rising sun, the divine solar child reborn. So the word reborn definitely tells us that this is your This is like your rise of the phoenix, right? It's not your first rodeo. You had been through this journey multiple times to repair, to find yourself, to know your soul truth, to know, remember what you have come here for. And to find that strength within you, you had to go through multiple cycles of maybe similar repeating patterns that did not quite lead you. It will be good start, but kind of goes and stop at some point, which is not your full potential, and then you'll have to start it all over again, and things like that. You had been through multiple cycles like that, and these cycles were taking you to yourself, taking you deep to yourself, to those parts within your soul that reminded you your power. Sometimes we call it dark power. Now, the word dark also has in New Age spirituality, the word dark has been a little maligned by meaning that it is all negative. It is not. The darkness basically is the void energy, right? It's the nothingness from which everything arises. So the dark is the void, the dark is the liminal, the dark is the womb. You know, when the baby is growing in the womb, it's all water and dark. Because what grows as strong foundation can only grow in the dark. And of course, those of you who are more scientifically inclined, you know the dark matter of our universe, which is the major part of everything, whether on earth, whether it's in our galaxy, in our solar system. So even in the spiritual context, that tapping into the darkness is what has allowed you to know and remember your soul origins and what matters and what you are going to allow to grow and what needs to burn away, because that is not part of this cycle that you are creating now. And so you have been reborn. So this rising sun is telling you it's the rise of the phoenix from the dark matter, from going through the womb energy to create your new abundance, because we intended this portal as your opening up, your receiving energy, the divine feminine energy. And so you receive, you exist in hope, you're making progress, you're connecting with your ancient ones, soul contracts who are also incarnated with you to walk this path with you in form of whatever physical or form of work community, your families, your loved ones, and special romantic ones, your children, and however else you're manifesting those, and the ancient ones in spirit form. You are surrounded and connecting to all of them. And you are reborn in the physical manifested way of financial resources, material abundance, and opulence in the physical world. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy to receive from a Mother Isis. And lastly, we are going to now ground, and also I wanted you to see this before we draw another card. So the base energy is the flower of life, divine creativity and manifestation. So equally important, like you are the rising sun out of this energy. Now, this is what is supporting you at the very base. If you can think of this energy as what lies at the womb, deep womb of Mother Earth, this is where you are drawing your energy from. Excuse me. And the last card today, we are going to use from this oracle card to, as we close this portal into our lives, we intend for the viewer, for the collective, to take this energy deep into their life, deep into their physical world, their physical body, their intuition, their creation energy, and sit with this. And I intend for Mother Kali and all womb energy of the divine feminine to become fully activated for the viewer, to come out with blessings or any other message that we need to know. If we need to clear anything, or if we can sit with this energy as is, please show us the message in the highest good, highest potential of receiving energy for this viewer, for this collective now. And thank you, Mother, from the source energy to come for coming here. Okay, let's see what comes out today. Durga Kali. Oh, beautiful. Durga Kali with this, it kind of tells me this energy of ancient ones. I do want to go to the book because the meaning by the author is also enhances with, especially with the words, the energy to kind of deepen it and anchor it into our lives. But as I look into this visual, it does tell me about the connectivity with the spiritual world, with the goddess mother. It's not only just rising from the deep womb of the mother energy, you know, with this spear basically going up, but it's also the lightning coming down. So it is merging, and if you see the very prominent third eye in orange, you know, which is bereft of any unnecessary, anything that is, it's basically very elemental. It's only at the skull level, clearing out what is not needed, receiving and connecting with the messages in what needs to stay in its more or most clear form. And Durga, the goddess Durga, Kalika, so both form of Durga and Kali now surrounds this viewer, surrounds this collective tuning in into her energy of protection, into her energy of manifestation. I want to read that energy as our closing of the portal. And what that means is, as you get away from this session for today, allow that energy to seep into your life in all forms that you want, to bring in the love and the abundance of physical material world into your life, and wrap you in that energy for the longest while, for next 7 days, or for as long as you need for your manifestation to come true. So now I'm going to use the book. It's also number 11. If I showed the card again, it's number 11 again, is a partnership with the divine. And also it's the very, very beautiful Kamala Devi. She is the emanation of the goddess mother who sits in her throne, or on her throne, in all her regality of beauty, very, very carefully or her ornaments in her her throne, her headgear and her ornaments just show that she's very carefully coiffed up. It's not the fierce destructive self of the mother where things need to be destroyed before they can be created. This is like the beauty which is now arising is something you have created with your patience, with your carefulness of what you want to manifest. So now when you hold the lotus, when you have ordained yourself and with ornaments and your royal wear, royal clothing, royal ornaments, you are doing it with a careful planning of what you want to invite in, what you want to manifest. So that's the base energy of Mother Kali, what you want to create from. And so that should give you the strength to remain in that sense of power and remain in that sense of desire, which are your true desires, so that you can bring in this energy of Durga Kalika, of holding this energy in a powerful way. So let me just use the book now to bring in. So Durga Kalika, she is fierce divine justice and unyielding resolution in favor of the light. She is every method and all means necessary to ensure success for the soul. She is the unexpected victory arising at the very moment when all seems lost, transforming tragedy into triumph. She is our spiritual sun, our light, and our ever radiant reminder that from darkest night a new dawn shall always arise. Dare to trust more in your faith than your fear. For every problem that can arise, there are many more divine solutions unfolding even now. So, definitely, there is an energy with the collective viewer who is here of there is an energy and there is a message of holding on to your faith and hope and the rising sun. So if you are still waiting to experience something which you know is coming around the corner, or it is your divine right and you know deep internally that you have been working towards it, and you may be losing hope or patience, or you haven't seen the manifestation of it, or you may be without resources, whether it's through a job or a family or something you have lost and you're trying to repair and bring it back. It is coming back for you in a new form. It is coming back definitely with divine justice of what needs to be you. And sometimes when we are at something for too long, we tend to forget our own prayers, what we prayed for. Like maybe a small example, maybe you may have prayed for a living, accommodation, which brings nice, plenty sunlight or gives you access to nature. And you have, that is the reason you wanted to buy a new house or move into a new accommodation, because you are healing your health and you want to have experience more nature. But over the year, if you have been at a year or at that for a year or more than a year or months, you kind of tend to forget that, because then it becomes about what is available in the market, and you try to make a choice out of that. But the divine remembers and always answers your prayers. So sometimes when you're denied or you are blocked and you can't make or manifest what you have been working hard at, it's because your original prayer was something that was not available. So divine will support you through until you manifest that kind of an accommodation, which will give you plenty of nature, exposure to nature. Or maybe a job, you prayed for freedom, or you prayed for more creativity, even in a traditional sector job. And you have been applying for jobs, or you cannot just find, and you may be very worried about your financial situation. But somewhere the rejections are basically the divine's way of protecting you through the journey to bring you to the justice, the oasis of hope and the spiritual acceleration, that you are reborn. You're the rising sun, but at the base is the divine justice, that she will bring you what you have been praying. So the essence of this for the viewer is to remain true to your prayers and believe, like with every cell of your body, that your prayers are heard. So do not change your prayers, do not make shortcuts to your prayer, and just put one foot in front of the other until this hope, this faith becomes you. Okay, so that came to me very powerfully as the message. And let's say this prayer aloud as we close out today's portal. Taking a breath to deepen the prayer within me and for the collective. Durga, Mother of Light and Solar Radiance of Spiritual Protection, I open to your divine blessing of Kalima, born of necessity. You give the power to be effective, to be resourceful, to accomplish sacred work and attain spiritual fruition for the spiritual benefit of all beings. You will not allow anything to overcome my true nature and divine purpose. May your light and inventiveness bless my way, clearing negative interference, deflecting impure activities, and ensuring the protection and manifestation of the highest truth through your grace for the spiritual benefit of all beings. Jema Durga, Om Dum Durgaya Namaha, Om Krim Kaliye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha, Om Krim Kaliye Namaha. Om Dum Durgaya Namaha. Om Krim Kali Namaha. I'm going to leave it at that for today and this session. I hope you have experienced the power of the rising sun. You have experienced the power of the Divine Mother surrounding with protective, hopeful energy of success and love. And if you have found resonance with this session, as I always say, help spread the frequency, help spread the word, and like, share, and subscribe as it resonates with you. So until next session, I wish you much love, much abundance, much hope, and faith to stay the course. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care.